Hey, this is Joe with Trot and Munch, and today I'm going to be talking about my new Midori Traveler's Notebook that I was just gifted for Christmas. This year in my family we did Secret Santa, and my dad was my Secret Santa. He did a surprisingly good job picking this out for me, I believe with some help from my sisters, who are both already members of the Midori Club, or the Midori cult, as some might say. Because if you're unfamiliar with these notebooks, they have a very intense, loyal following. Um, you'll find a lot of bloggers and lots of crafty people who are very into them. And they're primarily women who just stuff their Midori notebooks with all sorts of drawings, cutouts, washi tape, and really get into it. But you also have, for instance, I did see one other guy who uses them, who did a video about his more manly, minimalistic approach, and he's not really into the bells and whistles that you can add onto them. But I think that's the appeal with these notebooks, is that they're designed to be very customizable. They have all these features that you can add onto them, so you can really personalize your notebook and make it your own for your own purposes. Like if you're really into writing, if you're really into drawing, whatever you're interested in planning, you can use your notebook for that. So today I'm going to be sort of replicating the unpacking process. I already opened mine on Christmas, but just to give a sense of what it's like to get one of these notebooks, because they're very beautifully wrapped, sort of be recreating the unwrapping process. And then I'd like to just talk about my intentions for my notebook. This is my first Midori notebook, and like I said, it was given to me. It's not necessarily something that I would have gone out and bought on my own, because they're a little pricey. They retail for around $50. Some places you can get them cheaper. So yeah, they're a little bit of an investment, and I appreciate a good journal, but they're pricey. So, but I'm excited to use mine, and not really sure where I'm going to go with it, just because I'm not super duper crafty, and I'm just a casual journaler. But with this video and other videos or posts to come, I will just sort of be chronicling my journey with my Midori notebook and how I decide to use it. It's still unknown to me, but we'll see how it goes. So for now, let's just take a look at it, and yeah, let's get to it. All right, so here is my Midori. As I mentioned before, I already opened it when I got on Christmas Eve, so usually it's wrapped in plastic, but mine no longer is. If you get it new, it will be though. And you'll get this list of the contents, but mine also came in this nice envelope, which is unusual, because if you just buy it on a place like Amazon, you wouldn't get this. But my dad bought mine at the Paper Seahorse in South Tampa, which is a local papery. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, it's on Howard Avenue in Tampa, and it's owned by the lovely Tona Bell. They obviously carry Midori notebooks and the inserts and whatnot, so if you're interested, it's a good place to go if you're in the area. But they were kind enough to put in here. And then getting back to this, can take a look at the notebook. I didn't mention earlier, but Midori, it's Japanese. That's why I have Japanese writing on here. But the inserts I know are made in Japan. However, the cover is not. And that's mention in detail here. Get a zoom. Yep. And it's made in Thailand. And this is just a brief little introduction to the notebook and how you may use it, the Japanese and English. And I can put that back. And get into this container, which, nice cardstock. Got some grease stains on it from my Christmas cookie fingers. Yeah. But here we have the notebook, a nice linen sack that's included. We'll hold onto that for just a sec. And we have this note, which is about the care of the leather. And the company really encourages you to kind of let it become distressed and sort of build some character on it through use. And if we take a look at the notebook, pulling it off here, we'll see that is already kind of happening. Just got this, but it's got a few little bumps and bruises on it already. And I think that's really cool. I'm excited to use this and let it develop some personality. A lot of these are my old journals, and they have lots of personality because I throw them all over the place and they get rough around the edges. But yeah, this is my Midori, and I didn't mention this piece before, but there's this band around here, and this is a spare that's included. This green one was actually the spare, and I switched them. The green was in the bag because I put it on here because green is my favorite color, and this became the spare. But here we have the notebook, and can have this cool little clasp here. Get a better look at that. Made of tin, I believe. And then here we have Traveler's Notebook. Japan, made in Thailand. It's a Traveler's Company. Not really Midori, Traveler's Company. And getting into the notebook itself, we have one insert here, which it's just blank paper, not lined, and it's not supposed to bleed. Can take a fountain pen to it and it won't seep through. And then you have the leather cover with this band. I know from how my sisters use it that this is a crucial mechanism of the Midori, and you slide these inserts in, and there you have it. And so you can, I think, purchase more of these. You can get all sorts of kind, like lined or thinner paper or watercolor paper or calendars, etc. And I think put up to 5 of them in here somehow. I don't know exactly how it works. I haven't gotten that far, but that's it for now. This is the starter kit, and these are the contents. $50, that's it. So yeah, it's a bit of a costly upfront investment, and of course, new inserts, you have to pay additional money, but that's just how it goes. So that's my Midori. And then I said before that I'd talk about, as they say at the yoga place I go to, my intention for my journal. And so I brought out some of my other journals, and this is my current one that I'm using. Got it about a year ago and sold, and I still have a lot. Like I'm just there, and I have a lot of empty pages. Because I'm not a super consistent journaler. I try to do it once a week at least. Sometimes I do it every day if I'm really into it, but that doesn't last super long. And this one, however, I started maybe 4 years ago and completed it and really enjoyed it. And this one I had while I was backpacking in Europe for about 2.5 months, and I also didn't do very much of it. And then these over there are just some old ones from high school and some part of college, and I just pull these out to kind of give a sense of my journaling style, I guess, and it can be pretty eclectic. I'm not much of a stickler for the type of journal or a lot of the journals. A lot of these I got just as presents and decided to use them. And but I do appreciate a nice journal. Like this is very nice. And but since I already have this red one that I'm using and I still need to complete what to do with my Midori. And so I think well, I've been very privileged in that I've had many opportunities to travel, and I've been many places abroad, and from my travels, I've accumulated a lot of crap, a lot of mementos, and this is just a drop in the bucket, but just a sample of some of the things I have. But a lot of bits and pieces I hang up and use to decorate my room or whatever, but a lot of them, like, I don't really know what to do with. For instance, this is my Euro pass from when I was backpacking in Europe, and it's precious to me and I don't want to throw it away, but I don't necessarily know how to use it, display it, and appreciate it. So I think I will take the traveler's notebook name of this quite literally and use it to document my travels and shove all these things in there. And I think, as you can see from this notebook from when I was backpacking, I wasn't journaling very much. I was backpacking. I was in the moment doing stuff, and I didn't have too much time to sit and collect my thoughts. But I think looking back, I can recollect my travels and write about it. I think I could invest in some line paper insert for this, and use some of these mementos as just sort of a guideline for places I've been, and kind of just record my impressions. Because these journals, I usually just kind of write about my feelings. Like when I'm really sad, I write in my journal, and this can be more just for travel specifically and where I've been and what I thought about it, etc. So I know that some people with their Midoris are very meticulous about it and spend a lot of time arranging things and making it look very pretty and neat. I don't know if that will necessarily happen. The way, like, if I have things that I put in my journals, I just kind of shove them in between the pages. And I think that's kind of how it will go with this stuff. I'll just sort of put it in here and write notes, and we'll see. I don't really know. I'm just going to kind of experiment at this point. It's pretty blank slate. So, yeah, that's my plan. I'll share updates about how it develops. I'll be moving to Germany in about a month and starting a new chapter out there. So I think I'll have, old things to talk about, but also new things to add in here. And yeah. And that's about it. I'll try to include some links if you're interested in purchasing a Midori and want some more information. Also, there's so many resources out there, people who have been into this for a while and have a lot of knowledge about it and share their notebooks. And, just go on YouTube, Google it, whatever, and you'll find stuff. I'm not an expert. I'm very new to this, but there are people who really know what they're talking about. I'm not quite there yet. So thanks for watching, and have fun journaling or whatever you're up to, and take care.